Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the DreamHack Open Rocket League. We are live from Leipzig, Germany with day 2 of Rocket League action, building towards crowning our champion on Sunday and of course giving away $50,000. There's a look at that trophy right in the middle of our main stage where we just saw PSG take down Ghost in a very close best of 5, emerging victorious 3-2 to advance to the winners final of that group, which will be against Equinox, who took out London 3-1. That's pretty much what we're covering right now. 2 groups, and we're about to get into the winners matches. Let's take a look at the group we're about to focus in on, which is the other group that's happening at the same time. We have Method, NRG, Flipside, and Splice. Method will be going up against NRG. That's going to be happening on the main stage. At the same time, Flipside will be playing against Splice in the lower bracket. The loser of that match will be out of the tournament. So, here we go, guys. We're about to get into Method versus NRG, and again, what a close matchup that was. I can't really understate it enough between Method and Splice. I was watching that in the group in the area of the players, and Splice was up 2-0. Method able to reverse sweep to get to this point, but NRG looking as strong as ever today.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun to watch these guys because World Championship Season 4, one of the best series we saw, NRG versus Method, series everyone was waiting for. And I thought that NRG, they played better on 95% of the field throughout that set, except for the 5% of scoring the goal. Those last few yards where Garrett G actually missed 2 wide open nets that he normally scores. We see Fireburner here, the team captain, and obviously it's not the same roster for NRG. They've made a lot of changes. No more Jacob, they bring in Justin. Problem is he's 15. He cannot play in this because you have to be at least 16 years old. Of course, Garrett G, also known as Superman.
Yep. Oh my Garrett.
Because he is amazing. He's Clark Kent when you see him just in person, but in Rocket League, he is Superman. And of course, they bring in Torment.
What jersey is that?
From Cloud9. I thought he was going to rock the pink Cloud9 jersey, so it made a little more sense. Yeah. But he said no. He's like, no, we're going light blue today, and we see Torment there, and there is no better third to just put on any team than Torment. He's solid as can be.
Yeah, I mean, that man is absolutely locked down in front of the net, and he's a... To me, he's made a pretty strong case to perhaps take away best defender from Cooks here. Maybe give him a run for his money, so he's looking pretty good back there.
Of course, on the other side of the stage, we have Method, and this is a team that has become a mainstay in our vocabulary when it comes to top teams in the world, to be honest. They had an amazing run in league play of RLCS, an amazing run, of course, in our most previous World Championship event, and a team that has been together for a very long time, particularly Mets and Magnus. You talk back to the NBC Universal Tournament where they did some amazing things then. One of those mainstay duos in Rocket League, and now that Flipside, Marky and Cooksier aren't together as much anymore. Is this the longest?
That might be.
Is this the longest stay duo right now?
Maybe
in
Tinny and Cheerio, maybe.
Right.
I mean, these have a real big chance.
But it was a bold move. Season 3 Method didn't even make the World Championships. Every single European roster changed except for Method. And what did they do? They got second in Season 4 World Championship. So it seemed like it worked to keep it together between these 3. And they're the longest active roster, them and G2.
Yep.
A G2 from North America, and of course Method here. So these guys know how to play together. They've been on big stages before. They were in the grand finals of Season 4 World Championship, so they know how to lose as well. So they don't want to see that again. But vote in chat, guys. Hashtag NRG or hashtag Method. And again, we're on European time zones. I expect to see a lot more Method votes right now.
You know, this is a hard one. We're about to get into our predictions, but you know, you talk about NRG versus Method. These are 2 incredible teams. We haven't seen as much of this NRG squad because it's a pickup team. So I'm really curious to see what people are saying. The Twitch chat, you guys are doing great. I see the votes coming in, and we're going to calculate those in a second. But first, it's time to give our predictions and provide our reasoning. So, Chiefs, we'll start with you.
I think NRG played really, really well yesterday, and Method, a solid team overall, but I don't think you can take down the firepower of NRG and Torment locking down in the backfield. I got NRG.
Okay. So normally, I'm pro-Europe. Almost always, because we always have North America bias here on the desk. But today, I'm going to go with North America once again with NRG here. Method seemed a little shaky during the offseason, and going down 0-2 to Splice, maybe there still was some shakiness there. We didn't see that, obviously, except for you.
I saw it.
He saw some of the game.
It was amazing. No, honestly.
That doesn't help us.
Well, I'll elaborate here,
Sure.
but just the experience of being back there and just, you know, I'm watching the main stage as well, right? Trying to keep track of what's going on. But then there's just so much amazing Rocket League happening in this venue right now.
Yeah.
And it's amazing just being in the middle of it all and just trying to get the results that are happening everywhere and just trying to stay in tune with what's going on. And I was there, and so was like the rest of the players in here. We're all crowded around Splice and Method as they were playing. Method pulling off the reverse sweep. I'm actually picking Method here, guys. I know that might seem a little strange, but you know, being behind them and watching them play and seeing their emotion, and I think there was a moment there where Method was down 0-2, and it's like, you know what's going through their mind. They're like, not like this. They're like, okay, now we win, and that's exactly what they did. So they won 3 in a row, right?
Yeah.
Leading into this match. So that's a part of my reasoning as well. I think we're about to get the results from the Twitch chat as well too. But personally, I have Method here, and look at that! Wow, that's super close. 55% to 45%.
It's like North America woke up.
Yeah, man.
I guess so.
Maybe a little bit. It's what time is it here? It's like 2, 3 o'clock. So
I don't know time.
It's early.
2:40. 2:40. Let's invite our commentators into the discussion here. Gregan and Shogun, give us some initial thoughts on this NRG versus Method matchup.
Go on then. What do you reckon?
Okay. Firstly, good morning, North America. How are you? I mean, I'm a Method fanboy, aren't I?
You've always loved Method.
I've always loved, like, it's not necessarily their gameplay, it's always been them as people. They are just so hard-working. Obviously, we're coming off an off-season, NRG looking really strong right now, and it's the same as everything for day 2. We've not had a single sweep in that first round. We're not probably going to see any more in round 2. This is going to be ludicrously close.
All right.
Yeah, and I have to agree with what Gibbs and Achieve said, that NRG are looking strong, and I think it's going to be another game 5. I believe it might just go to Method, but then who knows?
It's
really very difficult.
I really thought that the European casters might actually say NA for once.
Nope.
Failed me again, Greg.
Twitch chat is torn as well, but again, to emphasize how important this match is, the winner of this best of 5 advances to the bracket tomorrow. So without any further ado, Gregan, Shogun, take it away.
Thank you very much. And I think we can safely say game 1, we said it was going to be close. A great team from Europe, a great team from North America, and Europe did just about come out on top. PSG taking earlier's match. Is the same storyline going to be here for Method? Is it going to be close and the European team comes out on top?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions happening today. My big question right now is, do you think Gibbs is going to sound like the Godfather by the end of today's broadcast?
I don't think he's going to sound like much by the end of the broadcast because he probably won't be able to produce any sound, bless him. But we do have Method, first time on the stream. Now, I do want to make a very good point here. Magnus was speaking to me earlier, and they said they've been struggling at times, especially in things like off-season when they come back in, of believing in themselves. And his dad has been at all the events they've done well, and then wasn't at E-League where they didn't do well. And he came away from this and said, Dad, what is it? What do you do to me? Why are you making us so good?
Papa Power.
Papa Power. He says, you got to believe in yourself. And if Method do that now, I think they'll get this. It's when they start doubting.
This is going to be ludicrous. The entire day is going to be ludicrous. This is RLCS World Championship final potential for day 2 to qualify for day 3. One of these teams will move on. The other one will drop down to the losers finals. So still plenty to fight for, but I don't think either team wants to be seeing that. They need to try and get it finished off, and they need to try and get it finished off right now. And we're looking at this team, very much the same sort of like traditional composition of these teams. At least that's what you'd expect. You'd expect some Torment at the back, Garrett and Fireburner trying to work together up front, and then you have the same thing over on Method, where you've got typically a lot that stays back. In fact, no, it's actually the flip side, isn't it? A lot's forward, and his teammates are always back. I
think the best way to look at a lot is where his teammates are, he's not. So if his 2 teammates are up, he'll be staying back, and if his 2 teammates are back, he'll be staying up. And it's just that kind of like, find the gap. Be the difference maker where you need to be.
It's like 2 North magnets right next to each other. He has to stay away. It's just part of nature.
Yeah, and then you've got Torment. We've been talking about how good a defensive player he is, but he's also incredibly strong in all facets of the game, and perhaps playing on this NRG roster will unlock him. But looks like we are getting started. Get ready for an incredible series between NRG and Method.
Magnus will start off our play with a long shot. That could potentially go in, but Fireburner turns himself around in time. Method enjoying the starting possession of this game. As a big clear from Garrett will allow NRG to just boost up a little bit. Fireburner has to take the mid boosts. Quite small ones, but it will help him out. Or will it? No, it will not. A lot will pull out the first goal in game 1.
That backboard half volley from Magnus couldn't have been more perfect. It went the whole length of the pitch, touched the opposing backboard, forced a tough touch for NRG, and a lot was ready to finish it off. And that puts Method up with a strong start.
When we saw NRG play yesterday, they seemed to control all the time. I don't really think they had too much trouble trying to get anywhere. Method are going to put a lot more pressure on them, however, so we're going to see roughly how the defensive rotation on Method works, or NRG, I should have corrected myself. It's a big long clear. Garrett gets one tap. He looks to try and make it a double. But instead, it will now be NRG with the offensive pressure. A miss there from Method. Could potentially spell their downfall as NRG blast shot after shot at their net. I do wonder how much boost Method have remaining. There's actually one large one still waiting around on the right-hand side. Might actually get stolen away, and it is. Garrett, 0 boost of his own. Seems like everyone's running low at this point in time as Magnus will finally picks him up and then launch the ball far. All they needed, 100 boost and a big clear.
You can always rely on Magnus to hit that ball hard. He's so good at timing the hit of the ball. He does that little air roll just before he hits it to make sure he gets maximum contact with the corner of his car. Watch out for that, especially close range for the shots.
Here comes Magnus, trying to just cause some trouble as Method continue to try and search for number 2. This sort of touch is not necessarily going to trouble NRG too much, but it does keep them stuck on the goal line. There is potential for a mistake there at any point in time, especially the more fast-paced they are towards the net. Finally breaking away to a midfield passing play and then immediately transition back over to the blue side. NRG barely got half a breath before they're put back onto defense. Now the ball lingering in a dangerous position. Garrett will take control. Very low boost on him, however. Just picks him up, looks for the backflip. Oh, what a great passing play. Garrett goes one side of the field to the other and demolishes the Method defense.
Just look at how Garrett turned his car around there so that he could get around the right side of the ball, flick it to the bottom left. He does miss, but that creates enough scrambling in the defense to open up the free shot, and NRG level the game, and this is going to be a close one. If this represents the series in any way, be ready.
What a smart play from him as well. We saw long ball after long ball being played throughout the entirety, open 2 minutes, and then Garrett gets the ball and he slow plays it. He throws everyone off their rhythm, and we are into a tied game right now. Garrett looking to go across field, but Torment is stuck in the same position. Fireburner and Garrett will now rotate back. He's got options to his right to try and clear away to, and they will work together for that, but only towards the midfield. There's a poor touch, and Arlott cannot get there in time. Method now stuck on defense of their own. Poor touch from Metsonaris will now offer NRG the opportunity to start to consolidate their offense, but they were very late coming towards that ball. Might offer Method an opportunity to move forward. Seems like NRG are all or nothing on their offense right now, which can come when you're a little bit less used to working with one another, especially on a large stage. Fireburner couldn't quite get control of the ball. Garrett with a good challenge of his own. These loose balls are always going to be gobbled up by the opposing team. Whichever team's on defense was always in an advantageous position to take over as we head into the final 2 minutes of this match. A lot. I think he would have wanted any bounce that wasn't that one. And now Fireburner can break away to the other side of the field. Wants to get an extra bit of contact, but isn't quite there. Now Garrett gets up, but does get challenged. Both these teams very predictable with their approach right now. But predictable might be good for game number 1 as they start to ease into it.
Yeah, what we often see from Method once they settle into a series, they just try and play faster than any other team in the world, and that can often confuse opposition because they're just not prepared for the speed at which the touches come. And now it's a bit slower, and I think that's due to NRG just backing off.
Garrett did manage to steal boost away. That could be huge in the long run. So he's actually got options. Him and Torment not quite getting contact. If they could have pinched it, would have been a big bit of problems for Method. Ball bounce off the backboard. Open shot comes in. It's going to go anywhere but in. And finally, Metsonaris will clear the ball. It does not get much closer than that.
They've hit the inside of that post twice now, and that could have put NRG up. That was such a strong position for them to be in. Garrett G, rather than shooting on target, goes to that backboard, draws out the keeper, and opened up the free shot that did not get put on target. Now Method with all the pressure.
You can see Arlott always hovering downfield. He's actually going to be the target man for this play. Puts the ball up high. Opportunity for a follow-up, but will not happen. Method didn't think they had the angle to go for a shot. Now putting the ball all the way up. Garrett passes it straight up to fire, but it was too long. And that is a good opportunity for NRG to go on the counter-attack. Missed, as Magnus will chase down in the corner. He has options across field, but no one is close enough to try and get onto the end of an infield pass. Once again, Method trying to play the ball higher. It just seems like NRG control the floor, Method control the ground.
Floor or the ground? Which one would you rather have?
I want the high ground.
As we are seeing the final 10 seconds here. Such an even game, and it's just going to require one of those passes to be point perfect, because both teams looking dangerous. Overtime will decide it in game one.
We head into the kickoff. Good kickoff win there from Method, but it will give up possession to NRG. And that's changed a lot since Season 3, is that winning the kickoff is losing the kickoff, as you don't have any control over where the ball is. A lot looks for a big clear. Mogus would also take the mid boost, so it's going to allow him to keep following. Garrett constantly trying to take that one touch, now finally gets punished for it. Slowing the ball down does involve slowing your car down, making you a very good target for a demolition. A lot playing up high. He's got Metsunaris to aim for. Metza going off the back one, wants the double tap, will get the double tap off the crossbar. Now Garrett up high, he's got enough boost to keep this going. Allow the rest of his team to get into position. Torment with the ball, with the setup over to Fireburner. Shut down by Metsunaris, and now Torment with the back pass. End-to-end gameplay from both of these teams. No one able to find a way out, but it is still being pressured by NRG as Fireburner with the shot, not on target. And either way, protected by the defender. A lot manages to get a bit too intimate with the ball there, but he is going to be thankful to see the ball not only cleared away, but in a good offensive position before he does get demoed. And now, breathe and continue to then hold your breath again. Fireburner wants to get away past a lot, gets the block, it's on target, but Garrett there on time. It looks like we are just one good finishing attempt away from this game being over. The setups have been there, the finish has not. Which team can come up with that final touch first?
And it has to be a challenging shot, because you're not going to get away with the easy goals at this level. So those backboard plays have been prevalent now, because they've realized that that is how they have to score. But I believe infield pass has been underused this game. That could be the difference right now. A powerful touch to the middle with a powerful shot.
Absolutely. Magnus wants to get up high. It's going to be dangerous, but he's basically flipped that ball straight down to his teammate. Method doing a very good job of at least finding passes to clear the ball from their lines. Torment takes his time, goes for a flick. Garrett has not got a chance of getting to that one. Now Method should be able to take control of this very sloppy play from NRG, but a wasteful touch. We'll give the ball straight back over. Now 2v1 in the defense. Magnus is scrambled back. Shot goes in. NRG take game one.
Just watch as they have that one player upfield after missing, and they take them out. We're going to get another look at that, but that was such smart play. The miss was used effectively as they went forward in that 2v1 situation.
So that was game one. I feel like we said this last time, but every single match is going to be this close today. Overtime required to separate NRG and Method. Still plenty of more games to play, but both teams looking very calm as we're going to take another look at the replay.
Just look at that bump. Metsunaris gets absolutely annihilated, and then that means Magnus has to try and pre-jump Garrett's shot, who uses that near-post gap to his advantage, finishing it off. But Method at times looked like they were going to take it, so this next game, you definitely want to be watching closely as Method retaliate to that performance from NRG.
Definitely want to see more infield passes, as you did mention during the game. Just something a little bit different. It seems like both teams are happy to play the ball up high and play a contest game up in the ceiling, but instead just not quite working out for either team because they are working out so neutrally. So maybe a time just to, think about it a little bit more, boost stuff, slow the play down, and really get more of a tactical approach to the match, rather than just trying to speed, because both teams are going at the same pace.
Yeah, it's definitely a game one vibe there. It was very much hit it as hard as you can into the opposite side, wait for them to make a mistake and try and react as a consequence. But it meant that they kept losing possession. And whilst they were losing possession, it was giving all the advantage on the potential counter-attack. And that was definitely a game of hit it hard and get countered on. But now they've had that time to think, they're going to see where the weaknesses are and try and form a passing play or a shot or two to try and get it around as game two is underway.
Going to be on the side of Method to start us off. NRG want to try and find a gap of their own to exploit. Garrett does get challenged in the air, however. Towards the midfield, Magnus looking for a big clear. Fireburner does take out Metsunaris. And that's a shot toward the middle. NRG almost get caught out by a slow
Infield
roller.
pass.
That's not a slow roller, though. That is an absolute rifle to the top of the goal.
Call me Mystic Gregan, or is that an infield pass right there? Scoring the goal a lot in a beautiful position, guides it in just below the crossbar.
No one's calling you Mr. Gregan except for your male.
I said Mystic.
Oh,
As in,
I thought you said Mr.
Do you know what? I should have called myself Enigmatic Gregan. There we go.
You finally got the word out. Well
Finally
done,
got it in
Gregan.
there, but yes, Method finding a beautiful goal scoring opportunity. Rather than looking to hit it hard towards the goal, find the player in the middle who then has a much better shot opportunity.
Garrett trying to find some danger. Fireburner was thinking about it. A double commit will offer Fireburner free reign over the ball when he uses it to set up Torment. Pass was just a little bit too far forward. Garrett will try and look around, but Torment had already rotated back. Now a lot. Trying to make it a little bit awkward and force NRG to really start from square one every single time. A attempted block from Garrett will not end up working. It's going to take him out of the play for at least 5 seconds. Well played from Torment. That's exactly what his team needed, was his team rotated back. Now Torment, infield passes, no one there. Maybe a little bit too used to his Cloud9 teammates who would always be there in that sort of situation. Follow-up shot from Magnus. Goes low, but not on target.
Yeah, Magnus just opting to not shoot as he saw the incoming block. Instead trying to keep that pressure on. But I've noticed a lot of demos this game, so the team's being a little bit more aggressive, getting tight to their opposition and finding those explosive plays.
Now a lot. He's gone all the way around. Now a great dribble play. Torment will save Fireburner his blushes. That is a poor touch from Magnus, almost setting up NRG for the re-straightening shot. Magnus and a lot both committed to a long clear. They should be able to get back just in time. Garrett had Torment to his left, couldn't quite control it enough on the left-hand side of the card to get the flick. And now Metza looking for his double tap of his own. So dangerous right now. Method are finding that backboard more and more often, just off really quick plays.
We're just seeing this more in Rocket League. People able to set themselves up beautifully off the backboard when that ball is lofted high in the middle. And not only does it create a potential scoring opportunity, but it creates that fear in the defense. And they often misclear it, resulting in follow-up shots.
Looking for the follow-up here. No one for a very long time. Method giving NRG a little bit too much respect on their counter-attacking prowess. Still 1-0 up. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the match. More passing plays happening for NRG, but it just seems like they're always stuck in two minds about who to pass it to. Interesting thing about passing plays, especially from a pickup team such as NRG, of passing plays, sometimes you barely even look. You just know where your teammates are naturally positioned. But these guys aren't usually playing together in competitive matches, so it just seems like they're going for someone who isn't on their team right now.
Yeah, you often aim for the opposite side of the pitch and hope that they're there, but how far up the field they tend to sit, how far they're willing to push themselves in response to your pass. I know Cloud9 tend to push quite far forward,
very
always
lateral.
got speed.
Oh, that's going to be a potential goal, but a lot does cut it down very quickly off the backboard. Follow-up from NRG is possible. Fireburner will be the final player back, but immediately puts over to Torment, who can set this up. What a great touch from him. As Fireburner can't quite get there in time. Method have been happy to leave at least 2 players back every single moment of this game. And they've done well with it so far. Just like to see Method, well, I should like to say NRG, try and take the ball down, because Method have got so many players back that it's less likely that they can really go in for a challenge. Should say Garrett go for another dribble attempt. A little bit too predictable at this point in time. Method looking for goal number 2, won't quite get it. Looks for another block from Torment.
This game has gone by incredibly fast. We're entering into the final moments of it, and NRG have just not been able to create too much pressure. And that's because, like you said, those passes aren't quite going where they need to string together those frequent moving of Method players. You need to just get them out of the game and open up the spaces, because they move so fast as that shot.
Doesn't really look like Method have changed their playstyle between game 1 and 2. They've just made better use of it. 4 or 5 potential backboard shots for Method so far. Only scored 1 of them, but the fact that they are getting that many opportunities is very scary for NRG, who have got 10 more seconds to find a goal. Torment not making great contact on the wall. Ball play off the backboard yet again. This time Fireburner gets the clear, but Garrett is beat to the ball.
No space.
NRG, it just seems like they're getting caught for these passing plays. That's how they play the ball out every single time. And now Method have noticed it. Game 2 goes over to the boys in orange.
They do very well in the midfield. They're constantly looking to get to that ball as quickly as possible, always going at supersonic, and that means any pass you do has to be unexpected. Otherwise, Method are going to come in and intercept that. NRG choked in that game. They couldn't find space. They couldn't find opportunities. Much stronger performance from Method, and all it took was one goal.
Actually, something that we did see in the lower bracket finals between Cloud9 and Method. Very start of the game, Cloud9 were getting away with those passing plays all the time. They tore Method apart for the most part, but then Method adapted. They started putting players further up the field and just almost slingshotting into the ball to come and challenge the ball before it was more of an interception, really, catching the ball before the pass was even complete. And that's the same thing as we're seeing right now. NRG, I almost want to see more space being used, more touches being taken by each player, because they're all just taking one touch before trying to offload to the next person.
Yeah, and with this level of Rocket League, you often have to have the confidence when you're last man back to start pushing forward, knowing your teammate's going to get it. But when you're against Method, you're a little bit more hesitant to do that, because you're always concerned that they're going to get there first and hit it back into your half, and you don't want to be retreating when Method are coming forward. So that is 1-1 now. Method and NRG are matched in quality in the first two games. What will be the story of Game 3, 4, and 5? Will we even get to a Game 5? We are definitely hoping for it.
It's going to be early pressure for Method. NRG, cheeky defense to start us off, but it looks like they've sorted it out just now. Fireburner wants to try and get the ball forward, as Method want to really ramp up the pace as we get further into this series. Another long clear, 2 players well committed. Fireburner has got himself down. He won't be able to challenge this, and a miss from Garrett, leaving it instead for Fireburner, who has actually managed to do a decent amount of damage here. Metznaris will be one-on-one against Torment. Torment actually does very well. Ball played all the way out. Here's the shot from Garrett, all from an incredible challenge from Torment.
This is where we were talking about that confidence. A lot had too much confidence in Metznaris, expecting to be able to win that challenge against Torment, but no, it is put into the center for Garrett G after a lot caught off guard. And that has put NRG in the lead early in this game. As we expected, this is going to be incredibly tight, back and forth. NRG showing they can redeem themselves in Game 3.
Attempted pinch, ball up high. Fireburner plays the ball straight down, looking for Garrett, who can't quite cut the ball away from a lot, who will try and go the entire length of the pitch. Shot off the post, here comes Metznaris, backflip from him. A lot is by himself, tries to fake out Garrett, now through on goal, shot on target, and NRG with the perfect start.
That was not a good look from a lot after he let that go past him. You just see he was expecting Garrett to get faked out by a lot, thinking he was going to charge forward, but no, instead he just pushes it past him, and with all the momentum going forward, Garrett G, despite having 0 boost, is still able to find that goal. NRG looking fast at the start of this game, Method not in control.
Method really not in control at all. Every single time they get a hold of it, almost seems like there's a hesitation or a stutter where they have to slow play a lot more than they really think that they want to. Offering opportunities for players like Garrett to get more and more blocks. This is becoming a bit of a trend in Game 3. Garrett unable to make contact. Did tell you that corner was evil yesterday. It remains evil today.
But evil since this game came out.
Yeah, people don't really change, and neither do corners. Here comes Magnus. Ball up high now. Method will want to try and get something quick, but Magnus wants to play the ball down. Very difficult shot to take as Fireburner will slow play the ball away from his side of the field. Attempted follow-up from Magnus was always going to be unlikely. Now Garrett, with similar sort of damage he can do with the flick up instead. Fireburner wants to get a block, but he was a little bit too late. The first time in Game 3 that we've really seen Method on the offensive.
Taking it past, lots coming back.
And this is something that NRG are doing much better. It seems like they have changed. As Torment takes the shot straight towards the body of Magnus, but NRG are no longer trying to play away with long balls towards the midfield. Instead, they've taken it down a lot more and are going for more of a challenge game against Method. And for the most part, they are winning them every time as Garrett, with an incredibly quick hat trick of his own.
I hate to say it, but all 3 of goals have been down to a lot being a little bit too rushed towards the near post, rushed towards the ball. He's found himself in an awkward position because he's getting very ball, I don't want to say ball chasey, it's just he's not willing to stop and let the play happen. And that could be due to the rhythm changes you were saying from NRG. They're just mixing it up, so it now means Method aren't prepared for the touches that are coming.
Either way, NRG looking much stronger in this match. First to almost every single ball, another shot comes in. Method low on both overall. Metznaris the only one really at anything. As you can actually see Method breaking, looking for both the left and right boost. Magnus now, he's got a lot in midfield. Can't quite get find him with that, and instead it's just an invite for NRG to continue with their siege of the Method defense. A 4th goal would be pretty much game over. 3 goals is already difficult enough to come back from.
Quality read there by Magnus.
There's Metzer going off the wall. He's got time for a flick. He almost got it on target. The follow-up is on target, but a great save. Ooh. Method unable to find the net. NRG need to get it clear soon. A burst of life from Method, but that's all it was. As NRG refused to let the ball go past. We are still at 3-0, 90 seconds remaining.
Just noticing Method finding themselves in similar positions a lot. Because they're so used to moving fast and so used to having that strong rhythm of going back as your teammates going forward, as soon as they're together, they don't know what to do. Who goes for it? Who goes back?
Well, very interestingly is the fact that NRG are happy to play the corners, and they're playing them correctly. Yesterday, we saw a lot of attempts just to smash the ball.
That's so good!
All right, talking about smashes, let's have a quick look at this one.
Just watches a lot, recognizes his teammate rushing forward, pulls out of the aerial attempt where he knows he's not going to have a good shot, and just pushes it towards the net. Full trust in the bump, and the goalie can't do anything because he has to stay to make the save.
Going back to what I was originally trying to talk about, NRG have actually been playing the corners very smart so far. We saw a lot yesterday of people just trying to smack the ball into the corner from point-blank range and try to get someone to follow up, but instead, NRG have been happy just to force Method to come forward and challenge the ball. Not only does that really slow down the pace of the game, but it does what NRG are really good at. You've got players like Torment and Fireburner on the team. Make those challenges happen because they are known for winning them. Shot on target, shot. That could sneak in. A lot took out one player, but it wasn't the correct one. Now with 40 seconds remaining, this is NRG's game to lose. Method finally starting to find some offense of their own, but it's been pretty late in this match. A lot flicks the ball on, and that's going to sneak all the way through. Gregor with 29 seconds remaining. It is a real match.
They're making the best effort they can. Magnus finds his teammate a lot upfield. As we said, when there's 2 back, you'll find a lot upfield. When there's 2 up, you'll find a lot back. This time, a lot is there for the redirect and sends it onto the net with speed, and they were caught off guard in defense. NRG now, they've got 1 goal to survive.
Garrett up high. Does get blocked. It is pretty neutral. First player there is Metznaris. He does find a lot on target. We are all tied up.
We are witnessing a comeback right here. NRG were not expecting that. You are incredible, a lot.
Okay, this game's good. I like it. Rocket League's a good game. We should watch this more often.
We should. 20 seconds there. Is it going to be regulation or are we going to overtime?
At the speed, Method are scoring it. It could be 4. Fireburner there just in time. Method knocking on the door. Ooh. Shot not quite there. Fireburner on the counter-attack. He does have Garrett to his right. Doesn't quite get there. The shot not powerful enough after a big challenge on the player. What an end to game 3. It is still not over. Garrett sets it up on target. Fireburner will finish this game. Method tried their hardest, but NRG are going to match point.
0-second goal from Fireburner, finds it in off the post. And that was very close to NRG being 3 goals ahead and giving it away. What an effort from Method to come back there, but in the end, the clinical pass into the middle from NRG, nothing flashy needed, just finished it in regulation.
That game was ludicrous. Take a look at this. To tie us all up, inch perfect from a lot. It just seemed like it was all NRG in the final minute. This entire game exploded into life. But that proves something right there from NRG. They are a very calm trio that we've got up there, and they proved it. They didn't just regress. They didn't say, we need to find overtime, we need a second just to compose ourselves. They kept fighting for the opportunity, and they turned it in. NRG just need 1 more.
They do indeed. There he is, a lot. The man with the shot of this series so far, but also the man that is partially to blame. I would say quite significantly to blame for a few of Method's.
He's the most important player on that pitch right now.
He defines this game, this next game. If he lets goals in, they lose. If he scores goals, they win. If he does both, it's going to be close.
I mean, I know which one of those I prefer.
The close one.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
I want shaky a lot. What a game we just saw. It'll be tough for this one to top it, but you know what? I have no doubt that both these teams can put on one heck of a show, but either side doesn't really want this one to be too entertaining. I'm sure they'll want to be a lot more, I want to say, consistent overall. We're seeing some mistakes, certainly, although NRG, very little mistakes actually on terms of them really allowing the comeback to happen. It just seems like Method played really well for a minute or so. It's a second to compose each other as we get into this match. Magnus wants to get double tap. He's not got the boost for it, and he hasn't really got the car for it anymore. Removed from the pitch entirely. Now a lot takes over offensive duties. Magnus might actually put this in a position that a lot can do something with. I think a lot was actually trying to go for a flip reset by catching at the bottom of his car. That's the only way he would really have managed to find any power for a shot.
Yeah, as you said, 0 boost, and he was struggling to find a goal, but he still managed to get the corner boost that he was looking to take. So overall, it was a good effort to turn around. Still got the boost starved, still put the pressure on. NRG have got to be careful if they see a lot of boost taken in their half.
There's a lot, once again. A lot of time in offense so far. Metzenaris can try and go for the double tap, plays the ball down, and Torment will see the ball away. Would not be surprised if NRG just committed 2 players up on that backboard every single time they see Method having a long time of offense. That's a great save from Torment. Double tap the ball away. Now Garrett, lovely control from him, can keep the ball going downfield.
How on earth did Torment keep that one out? Just a little bit delayed back to net, wasn't expecting the shot, manages to use the post as his final hope.
Metzenaris tries to go underneath with his shot. It's really been a creative game for shooting. We're no longer really seeing opportunities going to the top left or top right hand corner. It's all about just trying to go against what the keeper thinks you're going to try and do. Fireball at Werner, up on the wall. Got options, he goes for Torment. Torment, no. One touch, looks for a second, straight down the middle. A lot will be so thankful that the shot was directly at him. A couple of mistakes come through. Metzenaris looks to clear the ball long, but a lot yet again. 0 boost does go and steal NRG's back boost though. There's a big clear, comes in. Still all tied up, 0-0. We reach the halfway point in game 4, and both teams looking dangerous.
Talk about those infield passes. Oh, this could be a chance for Metzenaris.
Metzenaris puts it straight down. The follow-up shot is going to be shot down by Garrett. This team is trying so hard right now to get the ball into such difficult places to save on the goal, which is this, you know, as close to the post as possible, as close to the crossbar as possible, that they're actually overshooting and not putting the ball on target. Now Torment, he's got the opportunity to turn around. He's got options infield, does aim for them. But a lot still have momentum to try and take the ball away, and he's got enough momentum to take out Fireburner. Didn't quite have the boost turn up in time for him to steal that away, though, otherwise it would have been a perfect play from the man downfield.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of times with no boost upfield, but that's not a problem, because he can just still boost, play the long game.
Awkward.
Yeah, there was plenty of body in front of that one from NRG. No matter the shot, it would have been blocked. Yeah, you said a lot always looming upfield. If he has boost, he's there for the shot. If he doesn't have boost, he's there to boost still.
Magnus wants to just get this away from his side of the field. Wants to get a block. Isn't quite there, however. And now Garrett slow plays it. It was a very smart idea. He's managed to pull 2 players out. As Magnus will pull the ball straight back into the hands of NRG. Another big clear attempted, but NRG are controlling the halfway line. You need to do something a little bit more creative if you want to get out of defense right now. It's a lot is that target man. There's the creativity that they did need, but unfortunately, a lot's often finding himself with no boost whatsoever. So they can't really make a play, and NRG are always just taking back control of the ball.
He has boost now. Won't be able to read that backboard, but we
I don't think we need to start timing how long it takes players to go from 100 to 0, because I think either him or Bluey are the quickest for it.
They just use it up very quickly because they're constantly looking to fly up to challenges just like that. Torment just used 100 boost, and he didn't gain much, but they move so fast, they quickly find themselves a new canister to collect it all. But 30 seconds this game has gone by without a single goal so quickly. Will we get a goal now in regulation? It's going to be tough. It has not looked likely for either team.
And NRG, if they are the ones to find it, they can put Method down to the lower bracket finals. Fireburner flicks it up for himself. Does get shut down by Metzenaris, who can now follow up his own touch. Not quite, however. Garrett flicks the ball off the back, wants to get it down on the keeper, but Magnus manages to avoid him. NRG still with offensive opportunities. They've actually got a target man downfield, but Magnus unable to be found. Shot will be up high. Fireburner, though, ensuring it's in the corner. Less dangerous for NRG. That's going to be a shot. It's off the crossbar.
That was dissolving.
Drop down.
That was shaking inside the goal as it was looking to explode.
Thought about it.
It did.
Definitely thought about it.
If that was regulation, I think I would have gone in, but no, it was 0 seconds, so as soon as it touched the ground, we went to overtime.
Torment. Off the side, offering Method an opportunity to escape. 2 players committed means that Fireburner will happily take control. I think I get a great first touch. It's going to require Garrett G to come in off the backboard. No follow-up from Method. That was a dangerous game they're playing. As NRG take shot after shot, they are shut down at the source, however. The Method cannot avoid even small mistakes like that. As Metzenaris wants to get up, Torment wins the challenge up in the air. Here's Garrett. Slow play, he's got the flick still available. Magnus wants to get there in time. He's actually going to drop the ball straight down. One-on-one in the background. Metzenaris wants to go straight through. We've seen him do that in RLCS. Often when he does get the ball like that, he sees that players are quite tetchy when they're on defense in that sort of situation. Wants to try and go low. Keeper. There's the flick on. Follow-up is available. One more goal is all that's needed for NRG to go through. Save from Metzenaris. He's also set up Magnus to go forward. Needs to be playing the ball a lot faster than that if they do want to find a lot in the midfield, however, because NRG are also down there and they will always be quicker because they have more time to run onto the ball. Torment. Have time for a second flick, but he does still want to do some damage as Method have found themselves caught in their final third for a very long time. 1v1 now. Fireburner against Metzenaris. Plays it a little bit too early. And NRG want to get back on offense, but it seems like Method have managed to make that transition.
That's a crucial miss there, because now there's going to be a challenge, and this is going to be dangerous in their box.
Garrett wants to clear to the corner. Plenty of time for a lot to move forward. He plays it all the way back. That's really dangerous. Magnus can't get there, and Garrett will turn it in.
Oh, you see a lot there. That touch, that put them down into the lower.
Well, we were right on something, Gregan. A lot was the most important player on the pitch, but that, after such a great series, was not how we wanted to see it end. NRG move on through to day 3.
Such good pressure from NRG, really choking Method when they're trying to clear it out, not giving them the easy options, and that did result in a very close game. 1 goal, and that made the difference. That puts NRG through to tomorrow, and now we've got to see whether Method can still make it. We expect them to, don't we? They are a quality team, and we know they can outperform what they did just there, but even then, they're so strong. Oh, I don't want to see this again. I feel bad for a lot. That's just not the touch he was looking to do.
The worst possible touch that he could have got. Magnus in no position to help out. Wow. Okay, game 2 was also very interesting indeed. NRG moving on and answering our question as to whether or not they were a real team. They are a pickup one, but they are serious contenders in this tournament. Dominant performance from them.
Yep, very well played. Garrett looking strong. Torment, I tell you, his defensive, I don't want to call it defense because he's not really that much in his half. He's coming in and taking that ball away in the midfield, but no, you know what's going to happen. The analyst desk, they're going to be smug. There was NRG predicted over there.
I thought Chiefs' default was smug.
Yeah, well, let's go look at the analyst desk and see their little smirks on their faces.
Hey, I picked Method, so, and I think at this point overall, all these teams are just so incredible.
Yeah,
any match can go either way, especially considering all best of 5s. And real quick, I want to update everyone on the matches happening on the side stages. London and Splice are eliminated from the DreamHack Open as Ghost was able to take out London, but London was up 2-0 onto Ghost. Ghost able to bring it back, and then Splice falling to Flipside. So Flipside is
5 games as well, too.
Yes, both matches went to 5 games.
Jeez.
So incredible results all around, but we have Torment standing by from our team that just went on stage. Torment, I got a question, man. I know we're calling y'all NRG. Do you have a preference for like a
conglomerate
is it NRG Orment? Is it what? Can you help us out?
It could
here?
just be NRG, and I'm just standing in, I guess. Like, it doesn't really matter to me.
That works too. Torment, you guys took out Method, a pretty close match overall, but a very convincing victory in and of itself. How are you feeling after that victory?
I feel really good. Method was playing really well, and they're always like a really tough match, so it's really satisfying taking them out.
So Torment, Garrett G, you guys scored 8 goals, and he was a part of every single one. How good is this kid on the offensive side of the field?
I say Garrett is definitely like one of the most well-rounded players in the world. He's probably top NA for me because he's just like so influential in every part of the field. And like you said, he's just assists, goals. It doesn't really matter. He can do it all. So.
Yeah, you guys looked really good. So I'm actually curious how you feel your playstyle changes, because I know you still play a fairly defensive role like you do on Cloud9 as well with NRG. Do you feel like you get to play a little bit further up though with Garrett G and Fireburner as well?
Yeah, I definitely rotate more evenly with NRG now. We practiced a lot, and it kind of seemed like that's what we wanted to do. And we're all very rotational players, and we, like do our fair share on defense and offense. So it that's kind of what we went with.
So, Torment, you guys are the first team moving on into day 3. Congratulations for that. That's a huge achievement in and of itself. When you're looking through the other results and seeing the other teams that are here this weekend, is there any other team that you're particularly afraid of, or are you guys super confident right now?
I'm pretty confident right now, but obviously Galefort's a big threat. PSG's a big threat. There's loads of other teams as well, but I think those are the big 2 that I've struggled with against that way. And obviously I wasn't playing with Garrett and Fire, so that'll change things, but yeah.
Well, you guys are looking really good. Get some rest. You're off for the day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, that's Torment from NRG plus Torment, the pickup team, and they're looking pretty good. Let's take another look at the highlights from that match. Taking out Method 3-1 to be your first team advancing into Championship Sunday, your top 8.
And we saw game 1. Look at Garrett G, the dribble plays, and that's the difference. I feel like Method had a lot of opportunities in game 4 in 1v1 dribbles, but they're not 1v1 players at all, and NRG really stepped up in that part of the game.
Yeah, but they also made some really great shots. That game number 3, they really went back and forth a lot with NRG, a huge comeback late in the match, and there's the big fist bump. They're like, we got this, moving into game 4, and then Garrett G again, solo plays down the field, just like you were talking about.
Yeah, but that game 3 where Method came back, it was 3-0, and Method battled all the way back. It was very similar to when they played Cloud9 at the World Championships, and I thought it might be happening again, but no, they came back and scored, and a lot, making the great deflection goals that he always makes. He's a very weird playstyle because he's just is always up the field, and normally you kind of see 2 up the field, 1 back, but they play completely differently. But sometimes his deflections go a little bit wrong.
Tough break.
That's what happens there, and that's what happens in overtime. One mistake will cost you the series.
Yep.
What an awesome series, and how good is NRG feeling right now as the first team advancing on into tomorrow? Again, that's top 8. They're already in. But we got a lot more matches to go here on day number 2. Thank you all for staying tuned in. Plenty more matches coming your way. Coming up next, we have PSG going up against Equinox as day 2 of the DreamHack Open continues. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with some more Rocket League.